Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna change the wheel bearing on my Kia Sedona 2018. It's the same process if you got a Kia Sorento of the same generation. So now I jack the car on the pinch wheel. So if you want to check if your wheel bearings are good, look how much play this wheel got. You're gonna feel it clack 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 clack. It's not normal. It should be very stiff. So I know we got a lot of play, and this is why you can hear the when you are at high speed on the freeway. So we're gonna start to remove the wheel first. First thing first, we're gonna soak the axle nut with some deep creep in this case, so it will start to penetrating all around if it's stuck. So right there's a kind of pinch that they made to make sure the axle nut will not come out. So we're gonna bend it off. Okay, so the best tool I found to unpitch the pinch right there, I use a square screwdriver. So the round shape of the screwdriver, when you're gonna force it into it, it's gonna make it round perfectly again. So just like this, you're gonna unpinch it easily. And by the way, I'm sorry for my English because my first language is French. And now you're gonna those kind of box, you can rent those box for free at your local part dealer, but in this case I use a cheap kit on Amazon, so 32mm for the axle nut. Oh damn, that's tight. It's pretty tight. So I'm gonna take a flat screwdriver and insert it between the caliper and the disc, and I hate a lot this axle nut. So let's try it again. Oh yeah, got it free. I'm gonna use it, try it with the impact now. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks God. I got you. So don't panic, just use a lot of heat, and I use this kind of torch to get it out, because here where I'm living there's a lot of salt in the road, so there's a lot of corrosion in the cars. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the wheel to get a nice access behind this caliper. So now we're gonna remove those two bolts that hold the caliper. First one, second one. All right. So now, okay, I got the caliper out of the way. Something like that. Okay. And now it's the time for those two Phillips head screwdriver. I use the number 3, so you can use an hammer, tap a little bit on it, use some heat if you need, but if you put anti-seize every time you change your rotors, it's gonna be okay. But if you have some issues with that, I'm gonna present you this impact driver. It's the same process, you hit it with a hammer, but trust me, this thing is really magic. So now I hope, oh man, damn, the disc is size 2, so I'm gonna hit all around it carefully to slowly disengage this disc, because at this point there is nothing else should block us to remove this disc. So I'm gonna hit all around it, because I don't want to tap there, because this disc is good, so I don't want to break in. Okay. What you're gonna do, you're gonna take this kind of bolt right there. Okay, so I use something in metal to shim because I don't want this nut to force and make a hole in my disc. And now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna use just like this. This disc was really stuck, and just with a nut it comes out really easily. And you want to make sure to put something in metal. In this case is a sawzall blade, because you don't want to hurt the disc. So the disc is perfectly fine. Okay, so now I can remove it very easily, just like this, and my disc is perfectly fine. Okay, so penetrating fluid on every bolt. What we're gonna do, we're gonna use this axle nut just like this. Okay, now, and with an hammer I'm gonna tap on it so the axle is free now. Okay, okay, and now look, if you have some issues with the ABS sensor, you see all these teeth. This is where the car counts the speed, because at the other side, just right there, I'm sorry if you cannot see, but this wire right there counts the number of time those teeth pass through, sorry. So this is what tells to your car what speed you're running. Okay guys, one thing I should do. Okay guys, it's good for you, but I make a mistake. You see right there, this bolt right there, this is the ABS sensor. And what happened, I moved the strut and my support for the caliper move and fall onto the wire of the ABS sensor. So I shrink the wire and it broke. Okay, so now I went through a driving test for my new bearing, and voila, there's some ABS code inside of the dash. So I broke the sensor, and guess what, I scanned the computer and it told me that the wire of the front driver side ABS sensor is short/open. So because I hate so much to have lights on my dash, I told to myself, why not trying to repair that? And look at this. Okay, so guys, I break my wire to my ABS sensor, and I take some cutters and I cut the plastic all around it just to get the wire, and look how long I got. So I solder a new wire to reconnect to the good part of the sensor, and I will try if it works. But don't worry, I will call a new sensor. But for now, I want to give a try to this method to see if it works. And guys, I'm not proud of it. I put some liquid electric tape with some shrink tube and whatever. I'm really not proud of it, but it works. But for now it's gonna be that until I'm gonna have my new sensor. And by the way, this sensor is really easy. You just have to pop this fender well, and you're gonna have the connector right up. So this sensor costs somewhere around 100 bucks Canadian. So I'm gonna order a new one, but for now, you know what, I'm gonna make a test. I'm gonna make a test on how much long my repair gonna last. Okay, I'm gonna order the new sensor and wait until it breaks. Okay, but to me, I think 1 week, 2 weeks maybe, I don't know. Okay, so put your guess in the comment section. I want to be able to turn the hub as I want, so I'm gonna remove this thread end. So there's a cutter pin on the under this nut, so I'm gonna use those kind of prier tool just to remove the cutter pin, just like this. So this is your cutter pin. Oh, I'm gonna remove it. So this is your castle nut, so this is why you got a cutter pin. So I'm gonna continue to tap all around it. Okay, I'm gonna put back the castle nut and try to force it. Okay, just like this. So this is your thread end. So now I hope with this extra motion I'm gonna be able to push back this okay, so I cannot push back more this this axle. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove those two bolts to have a better access, and hope this ball joint right there is gonna be enough. I try to remove less stuff possible. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove those two massive bolts right there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove the two arms, the two bolts from the struts right there to release this knuckle. So there is a 24 at the back, and we're gonna see at the front something like 19, I guess. Okay, this is a 19. I'm gonna try the breaker bar first. Okay, so it moved. Now the first one is free. I'm gonna use my pry bar for this one, and I'm gonna use the impact driver for the other side, just like this. Boom. Just like this. All right. Just like this. All right. And now, oh my God, we have to remove this bracket right there. So this is a 12. Okay. So now we're gonna be able to remove it freely. Okay. So now I hope I'm gonna be able now to disengage this axle. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, look at this. So now we have a nice access. This is the bearing, okay, and this is the sensor that I talked before. So it counts the number of time you see those holes. So be sure that this magnet right there and this teeth are really clean. Okay, so now it's time to remove those one. A 14? Yes, a 14. Okay, so now the first one. Okay, second. Super easy, so don't hesitate to use it. Okay, and now all the bolt of the bearing is free, and now I just want to tap all around it. All right, so we got a bearing. Now a little bit of brake cleaner. Oh damn, this bud is gonna be happy in his new home. Okay, so now you see all this crust now is gonna be very, very clean. The most important part is you see how much thick. You really want this lip right there to be clean. I'm gonna use some copper anti-seize, I'm sorry. Okay, and now don't be crazy with it. You just want a light coat. Okay, and don't be crazy. I just want to have the lip where sits the bearing product with this thin coat of anti-seize. Okay, you don't want to go crazy because it's gonna collect a lot of dust. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put just a bit all around here, just to make sure the next time I will do this job, because yes, I plan to keep this car forever. Okay, so just like this. And you can also put a little bit of anti-seize on the hub, the bearing hub, just like this. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit inside of it right there, just like this. Okay, and now I'm gonna put the new bearing in place, just like this. Okay, now I'm gonna put just a little bit of anti-seize all around my bolt, because I want it to be easier the next time. I'm gonna give it a little more, just like this. Okay, and now I'm gonna torque spec those bolts at 65 foot-pound. Now we're gonna remove those bolts. Okay, so now, I'm gonna clean the jaw right there, because I want it clean for the next time. And you know what? I'm gonna put a slight coat of anti-seize on the side. Okay, and now I want back this baby inside of his home. I'm gonna clean a bit, brake cleaner. Okay, and I'm gonna put a slight coat of it on the spline, just because I want it to be really clean. So I'm gonna put a slight coat of anti-seize on the spline of this axle, and now I'm gonna put back the axle in place. Okay, I'm just gonna put this axle nut to jam the axle. Okay, and now I'm gonna use a flat screwdriver, just like this, to try. Okay, we are home. Okay, so you're gonna have to use a little bit of force to put back the knuckle in the strut. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the time to put a little bit of anti-seize on it. Gonna be good. Okay, and now we're gonna torque those babies at 120 foot-pound. That's it. We're gonna put back the sensor bracket. So I put back this 12mm in place. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a slight coat of anti-seize all around the hub, the bearing hub, because I want this disc to be much more easier to remove the next time. And by the way, those discs was installed by the dealer, so even if they are pretty good, they are not always put the effort for you to be much easier the next time, so they don't put anti-seize the last time they do the job. And now I'm gonna clean the back of the disc a little bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna align the disc and put back those little screws in place to hold the disc with a little bit of anti-seize, because I want it to be easy the next time. Turn this baby to the side, remove the galloper, put back the galloper in place. You may need a little bit of persuasion. And now you can put back the bolt of those galloper brackets. I'm gonna put the torque spec on the screen for those ones. We're gonna turn this baby and put back the Terrandon in place. Okay, like this. The castle nut with always a little bit of anti-seize. So as you see, just like this, because you really don't want this bolt to fall, because this is what controls where your wheels are. And now we are ready to torque this baby up. Okay, so now for the axle nut, listen carefully. Okay, I'm gonna put a screwdriver into the disc, something like that. Okay, because I want to torque this, and you don't want to use any impact, because you risk to damage the little bearings inside of it. And if you really want to keep this hub in health and last a very long time, so I'm gonna do it by hand. And to do this, I'm gonna use my pry bar, and I'm gonna use this little adapter that I really like. I'm gonna show you. Put back this baby, and this is an adapter to wrench your breaker bar, just like this. So in this way, you're gonna be sure to not damage anything. This is another thing that you can be sure that most of the dealer won't do with your car. They're gonna take the biggest and loudest and powerful impact they got, and they're gonna break this axle nut even stronger than you can think. So and some of you will say me that you should change this axle nut. This is true, but I'm not a millionaire. No, I'm just kidding. Don't worry with that. Okay, a lot of people don't change this axle nut, and as you see at the beginning of the video, good luck to remove it. Okay, so now I torque it, and I'm gonna give you the torque spec for this baby. Okay, so now the torque spec for this axle nut will be 220. Okay, so okay, just like that. And guys, don't forget to apply the part on the axle nut. And this is it, guys. You save a ton of money by doing it by yourself with me. So in return, can you just like and subscribe to my channel to help me to grow up this channel? And thanks for watching.